Hey everybody, welcome back to Dirty Garage Mods. I am Daniel, your host of this monstrosity. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to 1,207 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. Sorry for the lighting, I can't do much about it. God gave us the light, so we're going to use what we got. Also, I want to give a shout out to my nephew Maddox for subscribing and watching my channel and been such a dedicated guest or viewer on my channel. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. I love you to death. And to your brother as well, Azzy. Appreciate you. Love you too. Thank you for watching. All right. Anyways, today what we're going to be doing on the channel is I am going to be changing the oil on a 2012 Chrysler Town and Country. It's a simple video, but nonetheless, it still needs to be shown on how to do it for people. It's, you know, that's not too sure. It's actually really simple, but I mean, this is different from older vehicles. So hang tight. I'm going to show you the very first thing I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. All right, so one of the first things I like to do is reset the oil light, because I've learned in the past that I forget, and after a few hundred miles I go, oh crap, I didn't reset it because the oil light's coming on. So first thing you want to do is turn on the ignition. Turn it all the way on. You're going to depress the gas pedal 3 times within 10 seconds. And then you're going to turn the ignition back off. And then you're going to hold the brake. And you're going to start the vehicle. Okay, and by doing that, that should have resetted the oil light. So it doesn't say message icon. I should have showed that prior. But down here down here at the bottom says messages, says 0. Of course, now it will pop up a message here in a little bit because it says it's low on window fluid, but that ain't a big deal. So but yeah, I just want to always show that first and get the thing to shut off. So anyways, yeah. So anyways, we are changing oil on 2012 Chrysler Town and Country. If I don't fall in a hole in the yard, this is how I'm doing it. I do have a jack, but dragging it out was a bigger pain in the butt than it was setting up ramps. So that is one thing I did do right here. I set up the ramps. That board right there, you want that little bit of space under the tire when you go to roll up on the ramp, because otherwise going up so much isn't so bad, but going back down you could rip your bumper off. So that little 1-inch board right there is all the difference in the world for this. So anyways, I'll be taking you underneath here momentarily and showing you what to do next. Alright, so here we are again. So I want to show you the oil I'm going to be using. So my van actually takes a 5W30 weight, but I run a 10W30 weight high mileage. Typically you change your oil every 7,500 miles, which is what I do, which is no lie. I literally change it every 7,500. In fact, I reset my B trip to 0 every 75 to roughly 8,000. I go over a little bit, like I'm a little over 8,000 miles on this oil change. So, but anyways, this is STP high mileage science technology performance for gasoline engines, and that is the oil filter, and it's a top feed oil filter. So I'll be showing you guys that here in a moment. And this is this is not sponsored or anything like that, but you can go and buy Valvoline, you can buy synthetic or whatever. You put synthetic in your engine, you're going to have to keep running synthetic. I don't like synthetic oil. I love conventional oil, and that's what I use. So shout out to AutoZone for allowing me to have a commercial account and selling me this oil on a good deal. AutoZone also, if you like to hit me up for a sponsorship or brand ambassador, that'd be awesome. So anyways, let's get back to it. All right, here we are. We're underneath. By the way, I am shooting this on my Samsung S23. It's just such a better quality camera, so I just use it more than anything now. So I brought a couple different size wrenches down here, but I figured it was a 13 millimeter, which I was right. I like using this dog bone wrench. It's a offset size, so 13 on one side, 15 on the other side. And I don't know why they couldn't do 14 on the other side, but anyways, so I brought 14 down just in case, but I don't need it. So I'm gonna go lefty loosey. So what you're gonna do is, and just to let y'all know, I do apologize for the wind noise and all that. I can't help that. My microphone took a poop on me, so no wind blocker. I know what I'm gonna do. What I really need is a rag under here. Let me grab one. What I like to do is lay cardboard down or a board. This time I'm using cardboard. I really like using cardboard. It's easier to deal with. It's easier to manage. Also, before you start loosening your oil plug, you want to undo your oil cap. So that way it flows properly. Oh, look at that. It didn't do too bad this time. So, that's what 8,000 miles worth of oil looks like. And you're just going to let that drain. And we'll come back here in a moment. Alright, so here we are. It took about 3 or 4 minutes for it to drain out. It wasn't too bad. It's quite full, but I mean, it's a 6-quart system, so it's a lot of oil. But hey, also I'll give a shout out to Take 5. I took my van to, it's been 2 oil changes ago, but I took my van to the Take 5 oil lube place here in my local area. And the oil plug was stripped on my van. I knew it was stripped, and I was going to replace it. I just didn't have time to do it, and I didn't want to pay their outrageous price. But the manager, I took it there with my own oil and everything, and they charged me $30 labor to change oil, and he threw in a free oil plug. So they do free window cleaner, like all that stuff they put in there. They squeegee your windows, and they take good care of their people. I just wasn't in the mood for it to deal with it. I was in a hurry. I just wanted to get it done. So, but shout out to Take 5. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you. So that's what you want to do. You want to get your oil plug back in there. First, you want to spin it in by hand. That's what I recommend. Spin it in by hand. Get it nice and snug by fingers. And then take your wrench and just snug it up. It don't have to be too crazy. I like just hit it just a little bit extra. Just there we go. So that feels right. There we go. Yep, it's nice and snug. Get the excess oil off the pan so it's not blowing back on the exhaust and smelling like crap going down the road. And then we'll drag the oil pan out here in a little bit. I'll do that off camera because y'all don't care about that. You don't want to see me draining the oil pan into my oil jug. So anyways, we'll go up top and take you to the next step. So if you have the orange cap for your oil filter, and you have the correct oil mount thing, I can't remember what it's called, but you have the correct one. If you have the black cap, then you need to buy the aftermarket, because the black cap, if I'm not mistaken, the black cap screws into plastic and the plastic cracks. The aftermarket is aluminum with an orange cap. So if you don't have that, you better get that while you're in there changing your oil. So just to let y'all know. Alright, and this is either a 20, let's see, before I say it, see if I guess right. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, yep, so it's a 24 millimeter. I brought a 22 out as well, but it's a 24 millimeter. They make a special socket for it, but you don't need that. Any 24 millimeter will work. And you just take that off like that. Just get it loose, and it's going to have oil on it. Shouldn't be too bad because most of the oil went out the bottom. Still got oil in there though. And what you see there, it's a mess. The worst part is getting it out. I guess I can show you that. Let's see here. The worst part of this is getting it out. You gotta pull kind of hard and just plop it down there in your oil, and you got her out. And here, I'm gonna pause. I'll bring y'all right back here in a second. Alright, so here we are again. So the new oil filter comes with this rubber gasket. I didn't change it the last time. I don't really see a reason behind it. Maybe if it's pinched or something like that, you should change it. So I don't change it every time, but for the benefit of you watching the video, I am going to go ahead and change it this time. So if I can get it off there. What I'm going to do is use, hopefully you guys can see that. Excuse my shaking hands, and once again I apologize for doing this on such a windy day, but it's only a free time I have. So anyways, you just want to get your knife or whatever, screwdriver, pick, whatever you got underneath there, and that'll pop that off. And I usually hold on to them. Can't go wrong with a good O-ring. Then your new filter, set it off to the side. Ooh, excuse me. Set that off to the side, and you got your new O-ring. Let's see, make sure it's in the lens, and just stretch it on there, just like so. It's real easy. It goes right on with no problem. Okay. And you can see like there's like gunk. It looks like oil buildup, but at the same time, no, that's latex. Someone actually tried to seal this on. Wow, people are crazy. Previous owners. So, anyways, take your filter, push it. Well, it should just pop on there. There you go. So it pops on there like that, sits in there just like that. And then, let's see, make sure I got y'all. Hopefully you can see that. We'll find out. Oh yeah, you can see that. It'd be hard to get a camera down in here to show you all this, but I'm doing the best I can. Alright, so you get that painter tight, then slide your 24 millimeter back in there. It might be easier to take the breather off sometimes, but this is a what they call wobble extension. So it'll work just fine for what it is. Alright, then you just take that all back out of there. Breather back together. Maybe. Well, anyways, put your breather back together and you're good to go there. I'll jump to the next part here in just a moment. Alright, so here we are. Next part of this is to make sure your trash doesn't blow away. And add your oil. And I'm using a screen funnel for two reasons. One, it's big, big enough to do what it's supposed to do. It's actually, hold on just a moment. It actually is a funnel for oil, and you're just going to pour your oil in there like so. I'll just dump it over if I can. I tried about every other oil change though. I try to run a quart of Lucas in there. It really just helps with the engine. It just helps it be more efficient. So I just try to run it, but this time I'm just running, and for the 6 quart, I'm just running regular oil. But like I said, Lucas for every other quart, like every other oil change. Doesn't hurt for me, but for what I do, I'm a rideshare driver, so my vehicle sees a lot of miles. So, but yeah, anyways, I'm not going to bore you guys with this part of filling up the oil anymore, so I'll cut back in when I am at the end of the video. Alright, here we are, we're back again. So, the last thing you want to do after you fill up your oil, or at least the last thing I do, is not mess up the camera too much. Start it up. And I bought this van November 11th. I had 171,000 miles on it. And as you can see, it is May 31st, I believe, or maybe June 1st. And it's at 206,810. So 36,000 miles in that time period. Just shows you what rideshare drivers do. So anyways, what I like to do is, if you didn't reset the oil light, refer to the beginning of the video, and that tells you how to do it. But yeah, so I like going trip info, and you can see that I am over my oil change by, it's at 8,250 miles, and that's, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 750 miles over the oil change. So it's kind of part of life, but not a big deal. So, and if you do go to your local oil shop, they're going to tell you that you got to change your oil every 5,000 miles. You go by what your vehicle actually says. My vehicle says 7,500, so that's what I go by. So anyways, I started up, just want to make sure it's running good. I know that the oil fill is correct, so I'm going to shut it down, and I'll be right back. Alright, so if you like this type of content, go ahead and hit that like button down below. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel. Once again, thank you to 1,207 subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.